Good morning, students. So in this video I'm going to do the analysis of evening shift of UGC-NET English Literature, just because I haven't set in the examination of the evening session. Yes, I attempted this examination for the morning shift and I found that the examination was from moderate to difficult level. I found it moderate, but many students found it hard in the morning session also. But yes, a few students also found it easy. But in the evening session it was totally unexpected, and just because I haven't set for the evening session, so my analysis of this particular session could be biased, or you can say biased or unbiased, or you can say twice removed from the reality what Plato has talked about in his mimetic theory of poetry, or mimetic theory of literature. So my analysis could be twice removed from the reality. So evening shift was really difficult, and I was expecting that they could have made something relevant from the subject, but there were not. Around 50% of the question were irrelevant, and there were questions like the life of a Hijra is a story by and that was a question from Indian literature, directly came from the factual question, and no one was expected to give the right answer for that particular question. Talking about chronological part, the chronology is from Indian literature rather than coming it from the British literature. Many times it happens that there are around 30 to 35 questions come from British literature, but this time it was the first time that British literature was not so much asked. 10 to 15 questions were there. Match the following were easy, but chronology was a little difficult, just because it was not from British literature, because we are used to give the answers of chronology from the British literature. We know the years, we know the dates, we know the social economical background of British literature only, not everything else. Yes, a little bit of American literature we study, but in the British literature we focus more, and literary criticism was not there. Many questions from world literature were there. And then literary theory, there were not direct questions from literary theory also. So it is really unfair for the evening shift students, but I think that they are going to give you a little extra marks, and due to the normalization technique. Last time also it happened that this evening shift was difficult, and they gave 3 to 4% extra to every student who sat in the evening shift, because that I experienced. I also sat in the evening shift last year, and I experienced it after the release of answer key as well as the result. I found a major difference that they gave extra marks to the second shift student. So there is no doubt that you are going to get extra marks in this also, second shift evening session students. Okay, another thing I found that they are going to make this literature a lot more difficult in the upcoming years. UGC-NET is getting difficult, NT-NET is taking more concerns so that student will be able to develop the habit of reading. It cannot be only, it is now not only about teacher-student relationship. The examination is getting more centered around a student's habits, a student's reading habit, a student's habit of connecting the dots from one subject to another. Okay. See, in morning shift there was a question from Afro-American literature, and there was a Canadian writer was there in that question. So it is now not asking questions from particular one subject. They are expanding their horizon, and you also have to expand your horizon in order to understand the quality of the questions. And yes, this was I think you must start reading books now, because start developing a habit of reading, because you have to decode the questions there. Questions you have to decode, and I think that evening shift student must do some kind of email or something, so that the reality of UGC-NET, so that the reality of this examination should come before the UGC-NET exam, before the UGC-NET panel who are sitting there. Okay. But you don't have to worry right now about everything. You just have to look forward to GATE examination, or Gujarat set, or West Bengal set, and all those. Even some of my students whom I thought that they could have cracked this examination, they could have cracked the JRF. Yes, there were students in our batch who are very much who have devoted much of their time, much of investment of their time and money in this particular examination. They have been preparing for last 2 years, and every time they are missing it from 1 or 2% 100%, but I was sure this time because they were putting around 10 to 12 hours every day. They were reporting me on everyday basis what they are studying and what they are leaving. Okay, and I was thinking that these are the candidates who could have cracked JRF, but due to the evening session, I think they are also in dilemma that whether they will be able to crack this UGC-NET also. Again, it's not about it's not their mistake, I think. Okay, you have to learn from your experiences. You have to learn and you have to move on right now, because Gujarat set is there, and then there is gate examination, and West Bengal set is there. Okay, so please don't worry about anything right now and stay focused on your upcoming journey, upcoming examination. Okay, and you have to see UGC-NET is getting difficult just because now they are much more relying on UGC-NET rather than relying on PhD. PhD is a long-term game. It takes 5 years for a student to complete the PhD and get a job, but it is not worthy, because you are spending a lot of time at the age of 31 and 32. You are getting a job, and I think this is not worthy, because much of our relationships, our marriages, and all those depends on our financial freedom. Okay, if you are in a job, if you are well settled, you will get a partner which will have some correlation with you, which will have some mutual profession with you. Okay, so it is getting they are not now going to focus much more on PhD, because and they are now going to make UGC-NET their priority. I also believe that, and because it gives you opportunity to start as soon as possible, to start teaching as soon as possible, and to earn some income, so that you get free, a little financial independent, to get stable on your own feet. Okay, so PhD is a long term, and the UGC-NET is getting difficult, so you have to increase your horizon, and you have to prepare for the upcoming examinations. Competitive examination is only the way to get a job in India. It is not the degrees, it is not anything, but it is only the competitive examination. Okay, so prepare well, and before doing your PhD, I recommend you to do your B.Ed. B.Ed also helps you. B.Ed also opens a lot of variety of examination for you, first grade, second grade, third grade. So you can think of doing B.Ed before doing your PhD. But of course, if you get your PhD from a government college, you can skip off doing your B.Ed. But do not waste your time. If you have graduated, if you have done your post graduation from English literature, take admission in a B.Ed program, and start again preparing for competitive exams. Okay, go through the reading, go through writing process, how to write, how to read, because all these helps in connecting the dots in your brain. Okay, so that's it for this video, and I hope wish you all the very best for your results. Answer key will be declared around 15th of December, and around 25th of December to 28th of December the results will be also declared. Okay, so don't worry about it, and be positive, stay positive, prepare for upcoming examination. Thank you.